So, let's talk about WALL-E, that little robot with a whole lot to express, even without speaking many words. Back in 2008, Pixar gifted us with a cinematic gem that didn't just entertain but also left us pondering with its clever references, subtle biblical themes, and eco-friendly undertones. WALL-E stood out like a shiny gem in the treasure chest of Disney's animated films. No surprise, this sci-fi comedy drama not only rocked the critics' world but also struck gold at the box office, firmly cementing its place as one of Pixar's all-time best creations. But what's truly fascinating about WALL-E is that there's a whole galaxy of intriguing details lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to be explored. Whether it's those elusive Pixar Easter eggs or quirky bits of trivia, this animated classic has more to offer than meets the eye. Let's dive into the rabbit hole of these captivating tidbits. Fact number 1. The voice behind WALL-E. Now, you might wonder how a character who communicates through beeps and whistles came to life. Well, enter sound designer Ben Burtt, the mastermind behind WALL-E's voice. But here's the twist. This wasn't Burtt's first rodeo with iconic robotic sounds. You might recall him as the voice of none other than R2-D2 from the Star Wars universe. He spilled the beans on his involvement in WALL-E during an interview, saying, "I had just finished my 29-year 10-month tour of duty with Star Wars, and I thought, well, at least I don't have to do any more robots." But when Pixar called, I could see this was something more like a Frank Capra romance with Buster Keaton thrown in. And you had the challenge of not only creating the sound for this fantasy world, but the even bigger task of creating principal characters built out of sound. Talk about a cosmic transition from a galaxy far, far away to Earth's post-apocalyptic future. Fact number 2. A baseball game's role in WALL-E's birth. You'd be surprised to know that the idea for WALL-E's design didn't strike in a high-tech lab or a studio brainstorming session. Nope, it happened at a simple baseball game. Director Andrew Stanton was enjoying the game with his trusty binoculars in hand when inspiration hit him like a curveball. As he peered through those lenses, he realized that everything he needed to craft an unforgettable character was right there. He mused, "You don't need a mouth, you don't need a nose, you get a whole personality just from the binoculars." And that's how the iconic WALL-E character began its journey from the bleachers to the big screen, proving that inspiration can strike anywhere, even in the midst of America's favorite pastime. Fact number 3. Nods to Alien in WALL-E. Now, here's where things get even more intriguing. You see, Andrew Stanton, the mastermind behind WALL-E, is quite the sci-fi aficionado. His love for the genre led to a fascinating connection between WALL-E and the iconic Alien movie franchise. He even went the extra mile by casting Sigourney Weaver, the legendary star of Alien, in a role that would remind you of her iconic character. Interestingly, she had one of the rare speaking roles in WALL-E. In an interview, Weaver shared her thoughts on this connection, saying, "I think it was given to me because Andrew Stanton loves science fiction and is such a fan of the Alien movies. And he thought it would be funny after having such an important computer mother in Alien, if I played the ship's computer. I'm playing such a small part, but it's such a great movie to be a part of, I'd play the wastebasket." It's like a delightful nod to the sci-fi classics that paved the way for WALL-E. Fact number 4. Silent film inspiration. Now, picture this. WALL-E, a movie that doesn't rely much on dialogue, draws inspiration from the golden era of silent films. You might wonder how the creators managed to craft a compelling narrative without the luxury of spoken words. Well, they looked back to the days of Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, two silent film legends known for their energetic and expressive characters who didn't need to say much to convey their emotions. As sound designer Ben Burtt put it, "We all thought about Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, this energetic, sympathetic character who doesn't say a whole lot." Most animation is very dialogue-heavy. There's dance, constant talking, punchlines. We used to wonder, how will we prepare the audience? Fact number 5. The unspoken environmental message. Here's where the plot thickens. WALL-E, beyond its heartwarming robot love story, is a multi-layered tale that subtly nudges us toward environmental introspection. However, the creators of this cinematic marvel preferred to keep it apolitical. Pixar, known for its nonpartisan stance, denied the film's political or ecological undertones. Director Andrew Stanton clarified, "I knew that I was going into territory that was basically the same stuff, but I don't have a political bent or ecological message to push. I don't mind that it supports that kind of view. It's certainly a good citizen kind of way to be, but everything I wanted to do was based on the film's love story, The Last Robot on Earth, the sentence that we first came up with in 1994. He added, "I said, I have to get everybody off the planet, and do it in a way that audiences get it without any dialogue." So Trash did that. You look at it, you just get it. It's a dump, you've got to move it. Even a little kid understands that. Fact number 6. Pixar's playful Pizza Planet truck. Now, let's talk about one of the charming quirks that make Pixar films a treasure trove for eagle-eyed fans: Easter eggs. WALL-E is no exception when it comes to these delightful hidden gems. One such gem can be found early in the movie when Eve is scanning a decrepit trunk in a junkyard. But here's the twist. That very truck is none other than the Pizza Planet truck from the beloved Toy Story franchise. It's a nostalgic nod to one of Pixar's most cherished creations and the movie that launched their animated empire. The presence of the Pizza Planet truck in WALL-E serves as a delightful reminder of the shared Pixar universe, where these tiny details create an interconnected web of storytelling magic. It's like finding an old friend in a new world, bringing smiles to the faces of fans, young and old alike. Fact number 7. A musical family connection. Here's a fantastic tidbit about WALL-E's music composer, Thomas Newman. You might recognize the last name, and that's because he hails from a family of musical geniuses. Thomas Newman's cousin is none other than the acclaimed songwriter Randy Newman, and their family tree boasts several accomplished film composers. Now, what makes this even more interesting is that WALL-E's favorite movie is Hello, Dolly, a film for which the music was composed by none other than Thomas Newman's uncle, Lionel Newman. It's like a family reunion of musical talent, with the WALL-E universe showing how artistry and creativity can run in the genes. Fact number 8. Trash Planet to WALL-E. Believe it or not, WALL-E had an entirely different life before it became the heartwarming story we know today. Originally, the film was titled Trash Planet, and its plot and tone were vastly different. As co-writer Jim Reardon revealed, it was about a family of aliens going on a summer vacation on a planet, and it's supposed to be a resort, and there's this tiny little robot that drives them nuts. Surprisingly, the idea was initially turned down by John Lasseter. But then, something sparked in director Andrew Stanton when he thought about a solitary robot on a planet filled with trash. He saw the potential for a love story and decided to take a chance on it. That creative pivot transformed Trash Planet into the iconic WALL-E we all know and love today, proving that sometimes, the most beautiful stories emerge from unexpected beginnings. Fact number 9. A nod to Walt Disney. Here's a charming tidbit that connects WALL-E to the man behind the magic, Walt Disney. The character and the film's name have a subtle but meaningful link to Disney's founder. The inspiration for the titular character's name is actually a shortened version of Walt Disney. It's a lovely way to tip the hat to the visionary who kickstarted the journey for the company that would later lead to the incredible success of Pixar and its groundbreaking films. Fact number 10. Pixar's first taste of live action. WALL-E marked a significant milestone for Pixar by incorporating live action into the mix. The legendary actor Fred Willard, known for his role as the head of the By N Large company in the film, appeared in live-action scenes rather than animation. This was a groundbreaking move for Pixar, as they had never used live-action elements in their films before. In an interview prior to the film's release, Fred Willard confirmed, "I appear on a TV monitor, but I'm more than a voice. Jeff Garlin is a voice, but people are saying, 'Oh, you're a voice.' No, I actually appear. People will say, 'Oh, that's Fred Willard.'" WALL-E not only pushed the boundaries of storytelling but also demonstrated Pixar's ever-evolving creativity and willingness to explore new cinematic territories. Fact number 11. Biblical inspiration in WALL-E. WALL-E's connection to biblical themes is something that sparked conversations and interpretations since its release. Many fans have pointed out a fascinating parallel with the Bible. In this analogy, WALL-E represents Adam, alone in a sort of robotic Garden of Eden, until Eve, who takes the form of a robot, arrives. Eve's discovery of the plant acts as the symbolic apple moment, and their banishment follows. While there are other subtle biblical references sprinkled throughout the film, the Eve connection stands out most prominently. Fact number 12. Pixar's hidden treasures and Apple's influence. Pixar's love for Easter eggs never ceases to amaze, and WALL-E doesn't disappoint. In the film's animated credits sequence, you'll spot the sea turtles from Finding Nemo making a cameo appearance. There's also a subtle but easily missed silhouette of Mickey Mouse, a nod to the iconic Disney character, which has made appearances in several Pixar movies. Now, here's a cool nugget about the film's design. Apple, and specifically the designer of the iPod, played a part in shaping the character of Eve. Director Andrew Stanton wanted Eve to exude high-end technology with seamless subcutaneous design. He explained, "I wanted Eve to be high-end technology, no expense spared. And I wanted it to be seamless and for the technology to be sort of hidden and subcutaneous." The more I started describing it, the more I realized I was pretty much describing the Apple playbook for design. This collaboration with Johnny Ive, the man behind the iconic iPod design, added a touch of Apple's sleek and innovative style to the movie. And that's a wrap for this awesome Disney classic, WALL-E, one of my all-time favorites. I really hope you enjoyed the video and all the cool insights about this movie. If you did, hey, consider hitting that subscribe button for more content like this. It means a ton and helps the channel keep going strong. Thanks a bunch for tuning in, and catch you in the next one.